I think it's always very exciting to create characters. You're actually creating a personality. As long as the character or anything about that character doesn't stick out like a sore thumb and it just blends in, then I feel you've achieved creating that character.
You may think that that's simple and there's no hair and makeup involved and they just come looking like they are, but it's not true. In fact, there's a lot of attention to detail. There's a lot of work that goes into making them look the part and making them look believable.
You know, it's true for my process in any film. One of the starting points is the look of the character. Once you start looking like a character, then it's almost like an external to internal, outside in kind of process.
I mean, it's very important to the actor because they're playing something else, and the more real they feel, the easier it is for them, you know. They stay authentic and they create characters, but they keep a sense of the star quality that needs to come through, and that's a very tricky balance, and I don't know how they manage to do that.
So first you understand the tonality of the film. You understand how the director sees each character. When you read the script, you kind of visualize a script when you read it, like a book when you read a book. It's in a similar way.
They've been on my films from the beginning. So we've actually all grown up together, you know, in our respective fields. So they have an understanding of what I'm looking for, what I like, what I don't like, what are complete no-nos, what are complete yeses. They have an understanding of how I approach my work.
We had fun with all of them. We had fun dirtying up the actors, greasing them up, because you never get to do that. You're always, you know, it's always so glossy and glamorous. So this is fun. You're undoing all that. So you understand all of that. You understand she's going to wear this or he's going to wear that. This is his surrounding. This is his setting. This is his home. This is his office. These are his friends, you know, so you understand the actor's kind of environment, and then you say, okay, this is the kind of person he is. Then it comes into play that, okay, this is the actor who's playing this character. What can I do to bring his hair closer to fit into the character?
I trust Avan blindly, so I don't even ask her anything at all. She's very best at what she does. She only does marquee films. It's not easy to get her. There's a reason why. It's because, you know, she brings that kind of value. I went to Bblunt and Avan showed me a bunch of hairstyles, and they all, actually she showed me like 20 pictures and they all look similar. So I knew at the outset that, okay, Avan has a very clear idea of what Murad's hair is going to be. She can change the game in one stroke.
Murad is definitely one of the things that Zoya said is he needs to have that innocence and that boyish charm in him. What would he use in his hair? Would he use oil? But he's not going to use oil because he's Murad and he's this young college kid. He's not that kind of a gully boy who'll use oil in his hair. So that was out. Would he use product? No, he doesn't have money to buy product. So he's just going to have his hair normally. He's going to shampoo it, wash it, probably use soap to wash his hair. And he's going to run his hands through his hair. And he's going to go. That was the idea behind it. You never see him like really doing his hair or anything. You just see him in that space. So the haircut was really that just fell into place. So we really get into the skin of the character to create these looks, and it might sound a bit too like deep and intense, but it is what it is. It's the work that we do.
I think 20 days into the film or something, she asked me, are you happy with the way you're looking? And I said, no, I don't like it. But Zoya likes it, you like it, so I'm going with it. She's like, no, how can that be? You must feel comfortable in the way you're looking as the character. I was like, you create the character, it's my job to get on that page. She's like, no, chalo, next few days you do it with your hands and show me what's in your head. And I do it, and it would turn out to be a disaster, a legit disaster. And we went back to Avan doing it, of course. She's that sensitive that if there is some other thing that is disturbing the performer, she'll actually make sure that that's not happening without even being told. Such is her connection and sensitivity to the person that she's working with. Sometimes when you read the credits of a film and you see her name there, you're like, oh, it's a big film, huh?
I mean, I didn't imagine myself to be in such a hot avatar, which of course is because of Avan. And yeah, it's more like a street vibe to it. Got a street vibe to it.
So when you see Shay's character, Shay needs to be a little bit more mature and a bit more, you know, he's been there, done that kind of scene. He's seen a little bit more than, he's a bit older also than Murad. There's a certain seniority to his character. All of this you kind of think about, then you kind of thrash out certain ideas with the costume designer, with the makeup designer. You kind of say, how are they seeing it? What is their kind of understanding? We kind of have a hair, makeup, wardrobe with the director, and somewhere along the line, all the dots kind of connect, and then you're like, yeah, this looks good. Moin is again somebody who's been on the streets. He's had a rough life, clearly. You know, he's a mechanic, so he's kind of constantly greased up. So those kind of things came into play.
Yes, it was my first time with Avan, and I mean, it was something that spoiled me completely for life now. Actor can only dream for some kind of collaboration like that. I play this character named Moin. He's a mechanic by profession, so he's really like a survivor, a hustler. A large part of an actor's discovery comes from costume, hair and makeup. Apart from the work that you can do on your own, it's like a clue that a hair person or a makeup person can give you by giving you something like a scar or something like a balding patch of hair, which says a lot about the character, right? It's always the small thing that makes the character relatable. The way Avan handles my hair, she made sure that there's some kind of a, you know, Moin in it. Like, she doesn't see Moin as somebody who is not well put together. So it was a very conscious choice by Avan to make sure that this happens for my character, and I really appreciate what she did there.
My Gully Boy look is half done right now. I have this lovely little fringe and my hair is normally down. And yeah, it's a very grungy, rock, cool look, and the clothes have this whole, like, you know, baggy hip hop vibe.
Because of Kalki's character, which is very urban, studying in the US, comes down to India, rich kid kind of character. So she's hip, she's cool, she has a definite sense of style. Literally, when I thought of that haircut, I said, okay, let's do a old school shag on her. And that would be cool, and then bring this fringe in. What we wanted to do with Kalki was keep it soft. We didn't want anything very harsh. This idea of the shagginess, a bit of fringe, a certain amount of playfulness, to bring out the free-spiritedness in that character. Those are things that kind of came into place, and I think that haircut, she really rocked that haircut. And I think she really enjoyed wearing that hair.
Hi, I'm Gautam. I've been working with Bblunt for 4 years now. So yeah, I've been part of Shoot Crew from last 3 years. It's amazing because there are a lot of different stylists doing different stuff, and it's always great when we work as a team, and it's a good part, like you end up learning something new on each project from each one.
Like my mentor Adi Chopra, who's in love with her. We work together on Adi's directorial, basically, which I did as well. And I keep updating him on what I'm doing in life and whatnot. So I told him, yeah, Gully Boy, yes, Avan's doing it. Avan's doing great. At least the look, though, you don't have to worry about.
So I think it's always very exciting to create characters, because you're actually creating a personality.
We think that they are the best brand in the market and that their work is very professional.
I mean, they're very meticulous about their work.
I love Bblunt.
She really is incredible to work with.
Bblunt.
Blunt.
I thoroughly enjoy designing, doing films, being on set, and creating all these characters.